What's up, guys? I think I muted myself there for a second. Hey, Dennis. Not sure who else is here, but hey, welcome, guys. Welcome. It's been a while. Um, I'm really not sure how long it's been, but glad to be back for a little bit. See, kind of how it goes, and just doing some streams to kind of keep myself accountable a little bit. Spend a little bit of time in the evenings. To work on some inking because I've been doing a lot of stenciling and I need to I need to ink some pieces, and this kind of gives me some time to do so. So let's jump in with this guy. Just did the drawing of him. What was it? A couple days ago, and because yesterday I did the um, beast battle beast, and day before that I did this drawing. It's 14 by 17. So the camera has a bit of an angle, but you know, just you kind of see the whole thing here. Hey, Efrain, what's going on? Jesus. All right, man. What's going on, guys? Hello. Fantastic drawing. Thank you. Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate you, buddy. All right. So I'm going to use the old Microns today. I know I have got a new set of inking pens that I kind of enjoy now. Um, and they're made by Copic, and I had no idea they were making them and stumbled upon them. They were really, really nice. So using them a little bit. But let's get this guy going here with the microns. So I used to not have any um how would you say this, guys? Um Not a technique, but trying to find a word here. Approach, any specific approach to inking. So I'll just go in with whatever kind of um whatever floats my boat kind of thing, mentality. But then I found a little bit more structure by getting a nice fat ink pen, which is not 0.05, but yeah, I guess 0.05. And outlining everything nice and fat, dark ink, just the figure really, and then going in with everything else um, afterwards. Kind of gives them a nice thick outline. And this pen is so versatile that it's also okay to use on the side for thinner lines, which I'm quite fond of. Um, but I've been doing a lot of different inking techniques lately and practicing different things. Try to stay kind of loose with variety. Variety of techniques, so I don't get so stale and doing the same thing over and over. Um, Although, if you are a seasoned inker, whatever works best for you, so kind of stick with that. And when I'm streaming, most of the time it's what works best for me and what's kind of faster. Um, and if you haven't been inking before, um, not sure what is ringing here. Apologies for that, but um, A lot of spam calls lately. I'm not sure why. So, if you are comfortable with doing the pen, like working with the span, do it. You're more comfortable working with the brush, do it with the brush, And and that's why I want to keep that um technique thing kind of different. Use different techniques constantly is because I don't want to be kind of restricted to just the pen. I want to be able to do a variety of different techniques, and a lot of times brush does a better job on certain things than a pen does. And I still utilize ink washes, of course, um, when it comes to inking with a pen. I just kind of do a lot of it with the pen as much as I can, as much as I need to, and then I go in and um, finish it up with kind of a more ink wash process that kind of gives it gray tones and all that. Got all kinds of mess here, hanging off, blood. We're assuming he's just been fighting the Invincible, so we're gonna give him all kinds of bloody mess on him. Um, looks great. Thank you, Paul. Hey, Paul, how's it going? How's it going? Hey, guys, how's everybody? What's everybody been working on lately? If anything, hope you guys are, continuing drawing and working on that craft and making things. I know I've seen Dennis has been coloring, and I think Efrain has been doing some drawing. I've been seeing it's kind of rare lately, but I have seen some. Um, Now, the outline technique is not particularly mine. The doing a really thick outline for the character. Um, I did borrow it from Frank Cho. He does that quite a bit, and I must admit, I liked it, so that's why I kept it. Honestly, a borrowed technique is better than no technique, so you gotta all learn somewhere. And from what I've seen, Jim Lee looks like he's going to be streaming this Sunday, so you guys get some fun stream from Jim Lee as well. I'm sure he'll be doing something I'm doing right now in about 5 seconds, but what are you gonna do? Hope he'll show out some um, new pages he's working on or something on Hush 2. That'd be kind of nice. I doubt, of course, but who knows? Maybe he will. Blood is everywhere, guys. Always. Like I said, just set the '05 brush on the, I mean, pen on the side and go to work with them. It gets nice and thin. I think this is kind of outlined. I'm gonna give it that light look here. Okay. Working on Creepy Forest from a Help Along book. Oh, that's hey, whatever. Whatever you can make, I guess, right? It doesn't matter. As long as you get to practice some. Got a new big woodcut in the works. All right, Jay, what's going on, buddy? I didn't see you there. All right. Nice. Now that I see you, that's awesome. Woodcut, a new one. Oh, how big? I wonder. That's my good question, guys. If you are into you know, printmaking and woodcuts, man, Jay is a master. Seriously, amazing work. Every time I'm on his stream, I'm watching him do his thing on Twitch. You know, he's killing it. So, so it's just yeah, I never got to do prints like that with woodcuts. So phew, that's pretty amazing, man. I didn't know Joe was going to be on tonight. I forgot he's streaming about 3 times a week now. I think that's Joe Sontag, by the way. That's yeah. Um, but I was on his stream for a second. Said hi, had to leave, but he created a pretty cool comic, Reaper Destroyer, and I backed that project, of course, and did my own little rendition of that character, which was fun. Let me not get too concentrated here and start avoiding you guys. Let's not do that. Trying to stay on track here. Mm. Yeah, so his knee is kind of popping out at you, kind of bent knee, looking forward. This arm is kind of behind it a little bit. How many of you have watched season 3 of Invincible? Yeah, have you guys finished it yet? If so, I'm not gonna really talk about it. There's just gonna be too many spoilers. So, but if you read the books, then shouldn't be a problem, right? It's a wicked knee. Yeah, it's kind of bent, looking right at you. Yeah, it will make sense in a little while, I think. This character they created is a nasty one, I'll tell you. I did a drawing a while back, and I think I actually streamed that. I'm not sure if I have, but I feel like I did a stream of it. That's how long ago I did a drawing of him, but I could be wrong. It was in 22. And I liked it overall. How I did that. It was just time to kind of spark my interest again after watching the season 3 in that finale. Oh, I have to give it another shot. I mean, this guy too. I mean, I have done drawing of him before too, more like a full body kind of flying at you. But I wanted to do another take and see where it can take me this time. Definitely took me somewhere. There we go. It's an upward angle. Looking from pretty much right here, somewhere eye level wise. I remember when 14 by 17 pieces took me forever to do. And now it seems it takes a lot less time. I'd say this drawing took maybe 4 hours, maybe. Penciling, all in all, throughout the day. But, we grow, we get better. That's the whole point. This dude is definitely massive. Hmm. I didn't get past season 1. Not that it wasn't good, I just never got into it. It was good. The first season, yeah, it was. I actually watched first season a couple of times. Couldn't get past the first episode, but was taught to stick with it, and it'll be worth it. Have to pick it back up. Yeah, yeah. It gets more fun and more intense and more interesting. This guy shows up in season 3. He shows up in season 3, guys. This latest one, I think, is the season 3, right? Is it 3 or 4? I'm already losing how many seasons is there. Um, Let me check. Mm, I got it somewhere over here. Okay, stuff. Oh, yeah, season 3. Yeah, season 3. Okay, sorry, guys. All right, definitely season 3. Yeah, and he gives everybody all kinds of problems, but he shows up. No, I'm not gonna. What do you call that? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you guys. Um, he does kind of shows up a little towards the end of the season. But there are others that show up throughout the other seasons, the other Viltrumites, one or two. Um, because there's a one loose end in this season 3 that I'm not gonna talk about, but there's just you'll find it. There's a loose end there that I'm like, whatever happened to these guys? Mm, we'll find out in the end, I guess. Who's what and where. Looks like he could be worse than the Omni-Man guy. He kinda is. Hey, radio stories now. What's going on? What's up? Welcome to the channel. Oh, what's I haven't been doing much of a channeling here, but you know, what I got is what I got, I guess. Um, I do have fun, however, watching other people's channels. So, like I said, I'm still hope I'm not hitting that camera too much. Um, I'm still outlining with the big '05 pen. I almost could have gone with '08, you know, this scale, honestly. And it's interesting, and for me, I'm discovering a little more about how I like to actually work a lot more on a bigger scale. So when it comes to my comic that I'm writing right now and kind of working out character designs and all that, I'm I'm really considering doing pages that are a larger format like Ian Bertram does. Um, he does some for he did for precious metals. He did a humongous, I think it's 18 by 24 type formats. So I'm kind of considering that. It might take longer, however, and that's the only issue I have. Being in my 40s, how much time do I have to get this book done? And I don't want to spend too much time just sitting there and whittling down all the super high details that I usually do. So I might stick with the 11 by 17 for now. Who knows? Plus, I don't have a scanner big enough to scan 18 by 24s. But it's all right. The decision will be made at some point. It'll be a tough one, sure. I've been also seeing some posts by Ryan Otley of his designs, early designs of the characters, like especially this guy too, and some other guys as well. But some early work and design concepts. It was kind of fun to see what went into creating this guy. I'm of course adding a few things here and there. They're different, probably. I don't consistently just try to copy the entire um like the entire design. I try to give it a little bit of my own flair, my own little something. So forgive me, Ryan, if I have messed up your character too much or something. I'm not trying to, just trying to give him a little Sokolov uh, feel. I'm getting closer to getting this outlined a little bit more. We'll catch up with this. Hey, Johnny Fitz, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. Oh, appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. What do we got? Yes. Barbarian should be here. It has been. Yeah, I know. I don't know where Barbarian is. I did throw up the notification or post on the Finch vlog there to see if everybody kind of can come over and hang out. Told the support. Oh, thank you, Radio Stories. Now appreciate it. Yeah, I'm writing a story. Kind of had one um, in my head for a while, and wrote so far. I wrote right. I got one issue with 29 pages written out. Might be adding. I'm not sure, but I edited it so much, and I already started about 3-4 pages into the second issue. Um, just I have to write when I have the feeling for it, when I know this information needs to come down into the writing format. But yeah, so I'll write it when I get that idea in my head, so I don't forget what I had, kind of a trail of thought. See what I was thinking, what was happening um, to my characters, and otherwise I'll be losing it. And I'm like, oh, what was I thinking? Um, but yeah, not gonna reveal too much of a story at this time, but there's a lot of elements of my personal life in it, and kind of a. But of course, it is more of a science fiction creature feature type. And once again, when I ink this kind of stuff, really any kind of stuff, um, I end up embellishing and adding things so much that you be like, all right, there's more, there's more, there's more. Didn't use circle shapes for this, but I'm thinking about it right now. Makes it easier, isn't it? Let's try it, see what happens. The Joker you're doing looks sick. Haha, the missing. Oh, it's awesome. I've started digital inking, and it takes a lot more control than when I do it traditionally. But learning inking the bread boots fun. Oh no, that was a good one. Paulus Arts, what's happening? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Exciting. Can't wait to see it come together. Aha. Thank you, John. Thank you, guys. All right. So let's see this little circle shape thing. See what fits. Maybe this guy. Not sure. Maybe, yeah. Okay. And that works out. Okay. Let's see what we can do on the inside here. And anytime you can kind of use something else to help you, like a stencil, yeah, please do. There's no shame in that. But I'm going to use a smaller pen for this. I'm trying to see that. Okay. And for this, a little, trying to line this guy up a little bit here. Let's see what happens here. Okay. That'll work. Disappears in there as well. There we go. That'll work. A little help from my circle making tool. There we go. That works. There we go. Cross hatching here. I will try not to use any ink wash on this guy, but yeah, knowing me, I probably will. Cross hatching was my first love, though, when I started drawing. Love cross hatching. Tedious process, but boy, it's fun. Okay. A little overdoing in one spot, but hey, why not? For a minute, maybe. For a minute. Do you pre-mix batches of ink wash or do you do it on the fly? Good question. Good question, John. I'd say most of the time I pre-mix. I have one of these guys here, and to give you a size, I guess comparison. There's a little ruler over here. Yeah, it's not 0 to whatever. So it's about almost 7 inches long. Um, and I pre-mixed in about 5. So one and about 4 more. I'll leave a couple of them just for cleanup of some sort. Yeah. Premix and makes it easier to dip in and go kind of process. We don't have to worry about premixing stuff constantly or mixing up a new batch constantly. Now, what I used to do, um, I used to mix one light wash, use it, then mix another wash, make it a little darker, just add more ink to it, and then keep building washes like that. But I find pre-mixing them is just more efficient. Um, like now, these days, it's a lot more efficient way to kind of get things rolling. It's a really shame that you know I know David Finch is busy all the time now, but it's a shame that he's no longer doing the Monday night draws or all that. I guess everybody's getting kind of busy now. I guess I can't take over since our school is only going 4 days a week and Monday they're off. but we gotta get the crowd in here. We gotta get the guys in here and the gals, everybody. Okay, I'm gonna start moving around. This is my process. It gets crazy. I kind of move around all over the place, and you will notice this. If you haven't watched some of my other streams, you will see, or see me work on the other pieces when I'm doing like a what do you call it, like a time lapse or something. You can see it's you know a bit sporadic, as you like to call that. Some lines down. I guess got to get the face right, otherwise, he gets the whole artwork off the rails. I did miss Dave's videos. Yeah, I'm telling you. Oh, hey, okay, Jay, my ink is usually waterproof. Yes, I do sometimes use a more of a diluted ink. That kind of gets a little um, rehydrated. Um, these are the inks I've tried, and I wrote down all the names that I have, all the ones that I've tried, and check marks next to the ones that are not actually rehydratable. So I have one, two, three, four, five of them, and then the rest of them um, actually you can redilute, like get a little more water on them. And I don't think I've tried this guy, but I think it's maybe a little bit. Got to try this guy. But this one is right from here. So that ink came from one of these pens, and I guess it does still gets very little rehydration, but not a lot. So, but honestly, if you use even if you use a rehydratable, not non-rehydratable kind of ink, like all permanent ink, I think you're still in good shape, even if you go over with water on some of it. If it dries, it takes a while for it to. You don't fully really get um, full on, just like bleeding everywhere. The watercolor does that. Yeah, we both know that. Um, but yeah, yeah. Most of the time, it's waterproof. Anybody know if David's working on new comic or just attending Comic Cons? Well, he's missing this year's Heroes Con. I know that. Last year he was there. This year he's not. I actually had to cancel. I was gonna go to Heroes Con, but I had to cancel. Not because Dave's not gonna be there. It's some other things. But yeah, um, got a family reunion fall on the same day. So Oh, gotta go see all the fam, you know. Okay, I'm getting closer to that face thing. Yeah. All right. Should I zoom in a little bit? Maybe. Let's maybe zoom in a little. Zoom in just a bit. Yeah. There we go. Let's do that. Years ago, I was just really short few years ago. I was scared to death doing all this life like this. Well, you know, I did it anyway. I think another thing you learn over time is how to fix your own little mistakes, which helps. So I hope it comes to SummerCon this year. I know it's way up here in the. Oh yeah, yeah. I hope he starts coming to some other ones. Yeah, that'll be kind of nice. Mm. But they're never anywhere near St. Louis, really. Nobody comes to this neck of the woods, sadly. 'Cause that's, I mean, at least Memphis area. There's a Memphis Comic Con of some sort that they do, and was thinking about going on at one time, but yeah, going back to that, you get to learn. You learn how to fix certain mistakes, either with a brush or with a pen. But I find that avoid those mistakes makes things a lot easier. I give them a little bit of a smile here. That's why these little wrinkles here come up. And it was so fitting to give him a voice of Negan, which, the actor. Yeah, it was perfect. Made him even more evil. I guess sometimes I get concentrating a little bit and I'm not very talking. I'll do the inking with the brush here to get the darker um, effect here. His scar goes from one side of the face to this side of the face, kind of crosses into his hair. I had to do some research, make sure. Um, that's the fun part, fun kind of a thing about drawing characters you don't really know is doing the research. It goes a long way because you want to do that character justice. And that's all the research. Yeah, all the research. Fun. Conquest looks like Wilford Brimley. Jacked. Love details in your work. All the little things come together. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jeffrey D. Morgan. That's right. Good one. Thanks, Dennis. Man, appreciate that. Um, yeah. This I do a lot of research when I do commission of a character. I don't, you know who that is. I always do quite a bit of research just to make sure. Yeah. He said, Invincible, you may have some diabetes. No, too young. He was too young for that, but this guy may have some. And again, Viltrumites. That also kind of died down. Hmm. Away we go. And sometimes you just like don't have enough power in your ink pen. You just decide to pull out this guy. I try to give if the person, the character is created like from an alien planet of some sort. I try to give them different type of ear or something that kind of gives them away a little bit. So it's kind of a fun thing to do. Give them an ear, but the structure inside is not quite human. This is exposed, so it's more, has a bit more of a color to it, so we're gonna assume anyway. Because the uniform is kind of lighter, so there we go. All right. Okay. Sometimes I put one of yours or Dave's old streams to draw to and y'all out to the inking part before I do the layout. But doing the drawing a day have helped a lot. Christina says, "Hey, hi, Christina. Hey, drawing a day goes a long way. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Your stuff looks super good. Oh, Freaka Boogie, thank you. Appreciate that. I try. I'm trying, and I'm still learning some things myself. Um, and know it all yet. And artists always learn something. Doesn't matter how old they are. Always learning stuff. There we go. Good. He's on the rampage. All right. Get a bigger pen. A little bit bigger. And I feel like I need to jump over here, but there we go. Sometimes I like to leave some tougher spots for later. Um, but every once in a while, I just go with, just go get it done. But you just never know. Whatever floats your boat sometimes, you know. Want to do easier part, harder part first. I also find that always got to walk away from a piece if you're just not working out. No shame in that. Just walk away for a little bit, come back, you may start looking better at some point. Hmm. Oh, this is not, no, Dennis, this is not a commission. Hey, Daniel. Yeah, I agree. I agree. First step to becoming a master is accepting that you're always a student. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's one of those things that, well, it doesn't matter what art form you are in, what you're doing, you will always be learning. No, I did this, Dennis, I did this one just for kicks because it was just speaking to me. I wanted to do this character, so um so I kind of decided to go ahead and jump on it and draw it. And they say strike while the iron is hot, right? And this show is pretty hot right now. Might as well draw a few characters while we have a chance. And while I feel inspired, it's a lot easier to get some done while you feel inspired. Just like I tried to draw Daredevil the other day, and the sketch was okay. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't very happy with it. So I just left it at the pencil. It was literally 45 minute sketch of the Daredevil. I mean, it was fine. I mean, it turned out okay, but it's just not. Didn't feel like up to my standard to even ink that a little bit. So unless I edit it a little bit more and and things like that. A lot about to cover here. And neither was this. This was actually not commissioned either. This guy. That was just for fun too. Um, yeah. I was just sometimes I do feel like something I'm working on is burning me out. So I'll pick up a blank paper and draw a character I feel like drawing, like really some just piques my interest, like some kind of composition I want to work out. I'm like, man, this is gonna look cool. So I do, and it kind of helps my brain relax and go back to the commission nice and fresh. So yeah, that's what I do. And I have been working on that Joker, probably, but I knew I had time, so I take my time sometimes. Makes me turn out better work. What we got so far here? It's a big boy, so it's going to take a minute. Correct. Excellent. Thank you. Space Marine. Man, that thing has a lot of detail. It might just pique my interest soon enough here. I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, dead air. That's not good, is it? That's what they say. Not good to have dead air. I'm trying to create some here. I had that idea, and then I'm going to change it to this idea. Look like tendons, but it's not. You know, kind of a couple of like pipe tendons going through. There you go. And this is where all the kind of creative license kind of take place here, because I'm not sure what his hand design was. I wasn't going to look all that up, at least not too much. I just needed to know what his costume looked like overall, and the rest is like, yeah, I'm just going to figure this out. I want to design my own arm a little bit here. I did look up, however, general aesthetics, like of the shape, how the elbow is. Like he has this little circle thing, kind of a rounded screw thing here to kind of keep things together. I don't think he had anything like that here, but I added it. Um, yeah, it just felt right to me. Oh yeah, forgot about this guy in the background here. This is '03 pen, not '05, so slightly thinner. And there we go. There's that. You know, I draw buff characters, but I don't think I did this guy justice. He's just huge. Mm. I'm trying to I'm trying to place the blood there before before it can cover up the auto lines. Because if I draw the auto lines, then it'll be just drawing blood over the top of that, and I don't think it'll look right. So a lot of this, and see, this is where I'll take probably 10 breaks already, just because just because walk around, whatever, go stretch, get more coffee. But no, not tonight. Got work to do tonight, guys. Hmm. Hmm. I remember earlier question if this guy is meaner than Omni-Man. Well, remember when Omni-Man had a bit of a conscience at the end there and he flew off, right? Pardon me. This guy has none. It's just the mission at hand or whatever. Oh, blood. Yeah. This is getting good. Well, gotta go. I'm just kidding. This is getting good in there. I gotta go. I'm hoping I'm keeping everything on the picture plane here for you guys when I'm inking. I'm not sure what the flash is with my camera. I'm using Streamlabs. I don't know. But it's working better than the not Streamlabs. I'm using OBS, um, something rather streaming software, but the other one I used was just not working out. Um, but of course, there's that one other option we have. And I don't like that option. Things do always, it's just like everything these days always seems to be, oh, you got to pay for this, you got to pay for that. Just let me stream, guys. And I tried Twitch. Um, Still have an account there, but just not working. Wasn't working for me. I feel like not enough people are actually for what I'm doing. I feel like there's not enough people out there, or no anybody I know didn't even know what Twitch was, and so yeah, I went to YouTube's. This kind of makes me think of Robot a little bit, you know, from the Invincible. This right here is if you want to do brushwork faster and more just black. If you don't want to do ink washes, this is the one. Thanks, David Finch, for showing me this brush on your channel. I had it one way, but I think I'm going to go the other way. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same kind of. You can have it drawn out, but why? Why if you can just do it this way? Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that worked out. And I'm sorry if I'm taking some of you guys from away from March Madness. I know it's all the buzz right now. But it's okay. Everybody's bracket is already busted. Thanks, McNeese State, for delivering that. Although I'm sure there's some people picked McNeese to win somehow. That fist is looking solid. So yeah, I'm gonna throw some of this in here. Oh, where were you? Where are we? Where are we? Great. Thank you, Frank. I have a space. Okay. If you left, when it was getting good, it it would be a cliffhanger. I love the brush. It's helped me a lot with blocking in big parts in feather look. Yes, it does. Dennis, you are correct. I love this thing. Versatile and helpful tool. And I have all the tools I use mainly, all listed in the comment. I think should be in description of the stream. Forgive me if it's not, but I feel like I threw it in there. Mhm. I still haven't put in the pens that I started using. What do you call them? Copic liners. I have not listed them there yet, but Amazon, you can get them for. I got the 7-pack for about $17. And yes, they're a little higher than Microns over here. But trust me, if I say that, I mean, you don't have to trust me, but if you trust any of it, um, I found them a little smoother. Um, the tips were a little different. If Let me see, do I have a spare piece of paper somewhere over here? Probably do. Uh, Somewhere, something. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's some old sketch I did. Cover I was working on that changed my mind, did something else. Yeah, there's another commission I was working on. Yeah, good times. It's a harsh prelim. Anyway, um, so if I feel like micron pens, so there's the brush, I mean the pen itself, there's that little metal holder, and the tip, I feel like the tip is like that. It's like this, where the Copics, I feel like they're more slightly more rounded almost feel. So I don't know. These feel, that's why I feel like with the '05, if I lay it on the side, it'll touch this corner and create a nice thin line. And when I go straight in, it'll go nice and thick. But this guy, I don't know. It still does that, but man, it's just so much smoother for some reason. All right, back to where were we? Love that brush. Okay. I may have to pull Dave and say, hey, I'm going to do the body and then I'll do the background off screen. Kind of going back to ink talk, I feel like I found my it ink after trying so many, like you saw the list I had made of the ones I've tried. Um, believe it or not, the Daily, I don't know how to pronounce that, Daily Rooney, um, just a cheap kind of ink, indie ink, or cheaper, I guess, you'll find at Walmart maybe, right? Um, one of the darkest inks I've used, and it's also waterproof. So it's a good one. It's a good one. Not my favorite yet, but it's a good one if you on the in the pinch and you need some cheaper ink. Um, get you that one. But so far, Kuretake wins every time for me. That thing, oh, thing's ridiculously good. Okay, it's coming along slowly, I guess. Some of the Copics glide across the paper and some are scratchy. I have not encountered scratchy yet, but if I do, I'll definitely let you know. Yeah, trying to see where my eyes travel next. Do I go here? Oh yeah, need to finish this here. Pick the light source over there, so I have a bit of a shadow here. It's gonna be lighter than the actual strong shadow I have here from the this area, from the arm and all that. This was kind of from the chest, from the breast here. And what I remember seeing Frank Cho said is that start with one direction, which is very helpful. He said then when you cross hatch it again into another direction, keep it in the same direction to make it darker, it's obviously right. So a lot of tips that are about inking that I could give you guys is keeping consistent direction helps a lot. Um, it kind of gives a more uniformity to the piece. So keep that in mind, I guess. Yeah. the uniform filter. There it is. It's time to pull together a little bit here. Some more brush stuff over here. Hey, what's up, Ed? There's my buddy Ed. Max Blue. Oh, it's all right. Got another, 40 minutes or so I'm gonna be on here, hanging out. I'm not trying to go beyond 2 hours. It's too taxing on my old bones. I'm trying to see if I can pull the Joker out from being right now. I'm trying to um do with the Joker piece is flatten it out after all the ink washes, man. I need to start using different paper when I do a lot of extensive ink washing. Just need to start using watercolor paper, otherwise it just gets rocky. Easy. At work, seems like many kids are discovering that I have a YouTube channel or Instagram account. You never know, they might be watching. Even though I said it's restricted or whatever. You've been warned. Age groups 18 and up. You never know when I say a bad word. I'm trying not to, though. I always try to avoid that. This guy is just, there's a few details down down at the bottom here. It's just, yeah. So you know how this is. It's gonna be at a later time. Kind of lighten this up here a little bit. Everyone knows about foreshortening, right? Yeah. Like, am I even inking them? I'm sorry. What do we got going on? Hey, Henry. Hey, Henry. What's going on? Just been say hi. What's up? The picture quality looks great. So you can see everything that you're doing. Yeah, you're always on camera looking good. I don't know about all that, but I did shave recently. It's already grown back a little. Um, Otherwise I'll be like Santa Claus. All right. Let's see here, man. What's going on? All right. All right. I'm late with the reading of the chats here. You could draw, you could draw kind of ink this blood with the pen, with the brush pen, but I find that some edges become a little too thick and I have to swap. All right. I'm tight now. Over here. If any of you guys have you know, been watching any shows or looking for shows to watch on Netflix or whatever, there's a show on Netflix that this this one guy suggested online. I saw it. It's like, man, check this guy out or check this show out. Anyway, um, I had no idea. I was like, man, this probably show is no good. So I decided to watch it, and the message was pretty solid, really solid. The show is called Adolescence. If you haven't heard about it, holy smokes, guys, it's a whole bag of things to unpack in that one. Um, but the coolest thing about that show is it was filmed entirely. Each episode is filmed entirely in one take, which was freaking amazing. So, in director and writer, the actor who plays in there, who plays the father, he's the writer and I think for director producer. But he was talking about, he was like, yeah, it was in one take, and they did two takes a day because it's a continuous shot, um, following, from one place to the other, and it's crazy how they did that. But yeah, it's the topic is serious, and you'll watch it, you'll know it's students, social media life, and consequences, repercussions of certain things that you can, if you do, and what happens not only to you but to everybody around you, the other students, and oh, it's a British show, um, so it's a little different. But kids are kids everywhere. So, and being a teacher for me, it was a lot in that one. Someone from here is gonna be a little dark. Okay. I love this splatter right here. I kind of enjoy drawing this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tackle this, but I'm trying to see this through here. There. Okay. Like I said, when it's an alien, I try to give the muscle mass maybe different texture, different look, like I did in the ear here. Um, the ear is a little, it's a little different structure, and there's just this kind of half circles things. And same thing with the muscle here, just a little different endings in some of them. There's the splatter right here that I kind of enjoy drawing. All the things that we learn, how do you make the splatter look? So you study, look at some splatter, and you drip the ink, let it splatter sideways, downwards, and just to see what the ink is gonna look like in that way. And so you just draw it. And it's gonna look just like any liquid that kind of drops and splatters. There you go. Yeah. There we go. That and that. There's gonna be a lot of dark here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and block that in real quick. Right. What we got going on here? I'm the worst about watching shows. I'm usually watching podcasts and such. I should probably drop cable. Yeah. The only reason I still have live TV, I think, is Jennifer. She likes to have the option to watch live television or sports for me, honestly. Um, gotta watch the Packers play. Gotta watch some of that basketball, all that. But yeah, on a daily basis, it's mostly recordings or YouTube or something. That's that little option to have watch live sports and things like that. It's always nice to have. Smaller, go there. And I remember when HBO used to be live back in the day, when you were watching it live and the live premiere of like Game of Thrones or something, True Blood, whatever. It was just live. Like you have to watch live to see the premiere. Then yeah, of course you watch it later recorded, but it used to be live. here. Just trying to figure out. Channeling my, Gerardo Zaffinal, like a shadow from the arm a little here. I'll just do it vague for now, but I'll drop it here. Keep it open-ended a little bit, and then throw it over here. Detail that later. Yeah. Sorry, bit off camera here. I like Grant the cover. And TV every Sunday to watch the new episode of The Sopranos. That was the last of the kick at Miss TV. Yeah, that's true. That was the last. All right, set reminders to our sports. I watch a lot of hockey. Yeah, and football is on during the season, but almost don't enjoy it anymore. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, it's if they keep all that drama stuff out of it and just let them play football. Mm. Who needs sports when you have art? You know, I can do this all day. Yeah, don't mind that at all. Bit of shadow. So many thoughts of what I want to do here, what I want to do there. Definitely feel like I want to do a ink wash on the cloth and all that. So that's going to be interesting to figure out what I actually want to do with that. There we go. The fists. And no, not a fury. I don't think, in this case, maybe actually a fury too. Let's do this. Really, really mad about it. Trying to do variations of shapes and sizes. If you don't, it becomes boring. All the blood, because if you ever seen Ryan draw, Ryan Otley, you gotta have a lot of blood, man. This character requires that. Take a break real quick. I'm gonna drink some water for a second, and see if I can show you guys that piece that I'm working on. Yeah, the Joker. Mm, let's see. Got some weight on it. I gotta make some rain effect on it. Um, oh yeah, it's flattened it out pretty good so far. Not bad. So, whew, good. We'll have to keep it flat like this underneath it. So you wet the back of it. If you can see me here, you wet the back of the paper and lay it flat, and then kind of between some kind of papers, the heavier, thicker ones, maybe mat board, and then stack it up with something heavy and make it all so it kind of becomes a little more manageable, flat rather than wrinkly. But yeah, this is the piece I'm working on for a commission that I've been doing for a little while. Just if doing a commission in between, and there's the Joker walking out of the Arkham. And you can see, of course, I have the Catwoman Easter egg right here on cats. Got a little poison ivy right here in the iron work here. Some over there too. Arkham Asylum written out. Of course, it's just there. I got the Riddler question marks kind of hanging in there, nonchalant, and Batman. I think that's about all I kind of included into this. Um, not sure what else. I don't think I included anything else. If I did, it's without thinking, honestly. But yeah, fun piece, fun piece. 14 by 17 as well. A lot of, and all of this was with the brush. I used no pen. Everything was brushed. Lines with the brush, ink washers with the brush, everything. Okay. All right. I thought I'd share with you guys. Back to the press. There we go. Oh, back to the press and win. So good. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that, buddy. Thanks, Dennis. Yeah, it's something I take kind of, nice and serious and nice. What's the glitching here? You can only take so much streaming. It starts glitching on me. I don't know. Probably need to edit some of these connections. Are you going to do the rain using combination of ink and what? Yes. Whiteout, yes. Probably this guy's right here. All right, so I have this. I'm gonna use this. It's white ink. Um, and my trusty sable brush. Um, and a little bit, if I may, probably will use some Posca. All right, probably gonna use some of this. And if push comes to shove, I might actually even use acrylic paint, which I did with the Dark Knight, last Dark Knight commission I did with the rain pouring down on him. I used some acrylic paint actually on shoulders, especially on his. Yeah, but yeah, it's a heck of a fun commission, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's been fun working on it. It's just a lot, a lot. There was a there was a time where we were just still figuring out composition or how we want to pose him. I had drawn another few pieces before we figured out we want it this way. And that's fine. It's process. Some commissions, this is what I wanted to also talk about. Some commissions, you realize that they are not going to be as quick and less detailed as some other ones. Some commissions just take a little bit more time. Somebody have maybe a little bit more of a different thought process. They might want it differently. They want to change their mind a little bit, and something you have to deal with sometimes. That's all right. I don't have a problem with that. Um, yeah, and we work it out. We work it out, and then in the end, we'll come to a decision and where everyone's happy, and then I begin creating that magic, so to speak. uh, so to work practicing if you haven't done already using a putty knife right after ink wash to do rain. Sounds like one of those what do you call them? Palette knives kind of things. Dennis, is that what you're meaning? You know, putty knife. I'm assuming you're meaning like a palette knife for a paint, like a oil painters use and acrylic painters use for the heavy paint for scraping different effect. Applying paint. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, I like that. Didn't think about that. I do enjoy, however, using a ink washes. Believe it or not, ink washes like with a flat brush, um, and just a straight horizontal or vertical, whatever application, whatever your hand is more steady to work with. Um, but I found it really effective for me. And then I applied the white over top of it. Mm. Oh, yeah. This fun little blood splatter. Let's get this. We'll give him a one. One. There we go. Let's do the one here. It's like a one splat gun on his chest. He's really mad about it. He's like, "How dare you make my shirt dirty? What's wrong with you?" Why I have it like this here is that because when he does his knee kicks to the face, all the blood just from his knee, force right onto his thigh. So I'm gonna do the same kind of thing here. Go. That makes sense to me now. Okay. I'm just getting some cloth to look right here. Yeah, how long has it been? Almost 2 hours, guys. Holy smokes. I'll be wrapping up here soon, but it's nowhere near where it needs to be. But, it's not like we're inking a single character on a 9x12 or anything. So, I lay down the foundation to what these lines are going to go. So later I know where to avoid and what to not avoid. And whew, it's a big fella. Use the whiteout technique here. Let's scrape it too. While it's still wet, yeah, for sure. And streaks and then some of the rainfall. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening. I guess it will be the last thing we can do, but I guess demonstrate real quick if we can. Talk about this real quick. And I happen to have a paper that has a whole lot of ink on it. But first come on, come on, focus, focus. This camera is seriously damaged. Something. But anywho, there's that little prelim that I did for him. Okay, so let's just say there's this ink right here I have. So let's just talk about this real quick. Let me get a palette knife. What we talked about. I have a bunch of them over here somewhere. Yeah, you can use different kinds, but I'm gonna grab a couple of different ones. Mm. Giving away free lessons. Anyway, let's just use this. Well, right. I'm gonna use Tooli Art, not Posca in this case. But let's so there's a couple of there's Bob Ross one, yeah, and there's just a real generic um palette knives here. So I'm gonna use this guy right here. So if, hopefully it didn't dry out on me. All right. So I'm assuming it's just, you know, if we do the a lot of ink here, a lot of this, what you do is you take this and kind of creates kind of a streaky rain kind of thing, but you just got to probably use it in a lot of smaller amount. Um, I'm sure this is a bit too much, you know. And then you take whatever left on it and kind of add to it a little bit. But yeah, I'm assuming that's the idea anyway. Yeah, wet, mostly wet, correct. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, looking excellent. Thanks, Dennis. um, I like to do though. I like the way I like to pursue that technique you were talking about here, or just demonstrated. Is I'm more of a I don't know, kind of a technical artist, I guess you could say. So I usually either use a brush or let's just use a brush for example. So I'll take one of my little rosemary brushes, rosemary company. It's a synthetic sable blend, really pointy. Okay, so let's take this ink real quick and I'm try not to spill it everywhere. So let me shake it up a little bit. Okay, that should be kind of okay. All right, so what I like to do is just dip it, have it on the tip of my brush, and create my rain like this. And if I need to, I kind of swipe it off a little bit if I have to. Create thinner, thicker streaks like this, kind of like that. So I'm more of a technical guy, so I kind of like to get really tight to them anyway. That's the that's what I kind of like to do. So everybody has their own trick. Okay. Guys, I really appreciate you all stopping by tonight and hanging out with me while I'm started inking this big guy. Oh yeah, look, let's zoom in again, shall we? There we go. Anytime you have a blank piece of paper in front of the camera, it just goes out of focus. Yeah. So we got something done today. We got some basic foundation down the line. It's just so much of it here. But I'll continue working on it, get it done at some point. But at least it got me to get started on it, and we had a conversation about all these comics and whatnot, sports and things. It's easier, yeah, it is on canvas, especially if you work bigger on canvas. This whole technique works a lot better. But when you're doing it on, inking it's a little different. Yeah, it's just the camera is good. It's just a little it goes out of focus when it's blank. Um, but yeah, guys, thanks a lot for stopping by. It was fun 2 hours. I had a lot of fun for sure, and I'll try to do it a little more consistently. Hopefully, it'll continue, and I'll be able to continue and pop on here and ink things and draw things because I'm a big penciler, so um we might have to do some streams inking some streams. I'll just do pencil work um just to show you process. Maybe I was thinking kind of a toying around with an idea of oh, thank you. Thanks, Ed. And maybe coming on here and say Dennis, have some kind of script ready for me, but don't tell me what characters and who. And I might just jump in and do like a sequential page, just for fun like that. Just it'd be like a test. I was kind of toying around with that idea, um, just to see if I can do it. And other than that, just different characters and draw different things and kind of like human, half robot, animalistic ones. It's just having a lot of fun with comics anyway. All right, guys, and hope everybody has a good night. Stay safe out there. I'm having spring break next week, so probably not gonna stream. If I do, I'll definitely pop up some info on my Instagram and Finch Flock. Okay, everybody have a good night. Catch y'all later.